Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I want to talk about the Oppressor Mark II, and I wanted to talk about my idea specifically for a solution. So I've been thinking about ways to balance this out. I made a poll about a few months ago in which I asked people various kinds of possible solutions to this thing, to deleting it, to changing how the missiles work, to getting rid of the countermeasures. People all had different types of solutions, and I think I've come up with a solution that most people can agree on, and most people will be happy for it, and it will make the Oppressor Mark II balance. I've asked a lot of people this on my streams a few times, and most people like the idea. So basically, a lot of people that even like the Oppressor, people that love the Oppressor Mark II, even they admit that it can be broken at times in PvP. The Oppressor Mark II does not really have any kind of counters in PvP. And I know some people will tell me, but just spawn another Oppressor Mark II. Spawning an Oppressor Mark II to blow up an Oppressor Mark II is not a counter. There needs to be something to stop this thing. What can be done to balance this thing? Now, for the people that want this vehicle deleted from the game, I'm sorry to say that's probably never going to happen. I can't picture Rockstar deleting this thing from the game, and even if they did, how would that work? Are they just going to refund everybody the money? That's not going to happen. The countermeasures, I can't picture them removing the countermeasures, and even if you remove the countermeasures, that's not really going to stop the problem because people can just spawn it again with the MC menu and then go after people again. So what can be done about this thing? What can be done to balance it? Now, a lot of people that love the Oppressor Mark II, I've noticed, especially in the comments, I don't use it personally, but I've noticed a lot of people that even admit that it's broken but still like it. The reason they don't want anything done about it is because they find it useful for getting around the map. They like using it to travel around the map. They like using it for grinding. Like I'm using it here in one of the few rare instances where I use it. So people like using it for missions. They like using it for getting around the map. I don't blame these people because the Oppressor Mark II is one of the fastest ways to get around the map. Why wouldn't you use it? But they don't want anything done about it because they're scared that it's going to make the Oppressor Mark II less effective. Well, the solution that I have, it's not going to make the Oppressor Mark II less effective for missions. It's actually going to keep it the same. So what is my solution? My solution is actually pretty simple. What my solution is don't remove the countermeasures, don't change the missiles, don't even change the speed or agility on this thing or even how it spawns. And I know what some people are wondering, but then how are you going to balance it if you're not going to change any of those things? Simple. Instead of changing the stats on the Oppressor Mark II, change its lock-on. What you do is, it can't lock on the players. It can lock on all the NPCs that you want. It can lock on the cops. It can lock on the other hostile NPCs. But it cannot lock on the players. That solution I see the most believable of happening out of all of them. And Rockstar, they recently changed the Oppressor Mark II where you can't lock onto it in auto-aim lobbies anymore. I don't understand the reasoning for that. I mean, I play in free aim, so it doesn't really affect me. But I don't really understand the reasoning for that. And what they did is they also did it so that you can't use passive mode in it, but also other weaponized vehicles, which definitely helps because people did abuse this thing with passive popping. But think about it this way. If people cannot lock on to other players in vehicles with this thing, a lot of people would stop griefing with this thing and they would stop using it. And look, some people would still grief with it. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but they would have to actually manually aim at somebody. And I've been bombed by people on the ground with the Oppressor Mark II, but at least that takes more skill than just locking onto someone. So while it wouldn't stop griefing, it would stop the problem a lot. Because if they can't lock onto other vehicles with this thing, that would prevent them from using it. They would start using other vehicles. And look, these people are going to grief either way. I get that. I know people in the comments in this video, they're going to say, but Professional, even if you balance out the Oppressor Mark II, you're still going to have people that are going to grief. They're just going to use another vehicle. I agree 100%. If you make the Oppressor Mark II a vehicle where people can't grief with anymore, these same people that grief with the Oppressor Mark II, they're going to go to use something else. They're going to use something else like jets, for instance. I'm not denying that. These people are going to grief either way. But on the other hand, when they use the Oppressor Mark II, it's a lot easier for them to grief, because think about it this way. They can just spawn it from the Motorcycle Club menu, the interaction menu. It spawns right in front of them, instantly. It gets blown up, call Moore's Mutual, spawn it again, right away. It's very fast, it's very agile, it has countermeasures, its missiles are very accurate. So they can just keep spawning it over and over and over again. At least when somebody uses a jet, in this game, at least they have to call it in, and they have to travel some distance to get to it, then they have to get in, they have to start it up, and they have to take off. And jets, they're a lot easier to deal with. Jets in the past, they used to be pretty overpowered, but not anymore, because they added explosive rounds. Explosive rounds are the counter to jet. You just take out these explosive sniper, you shoot jets 2 times, they blow up, that's it. That's to counter them. The Oppressor Mark II doesn't really have a counter. So what they can do is they can stop people from locking on the other vehicles. And I know what some people are going to tell me. Some people are going to tell me, but I want to be able to lock on other vehicles because I want to defend myself. You don't need an Oppressor Mark II to defend yourself if other people can't use the Oppressor Mark II as well to kill you. You know, I get attacked all the time. I don't use Oppressor Mark IIs to defend myself. There's plenty of other vehicles in this game. You know, we have the Savage, we have the Buzzard, we have plenty of jets. There's plenty of other vehicles in this game to defend yourself with. You don't need the Oppressor Mark II. So this solution, what it would basically do is you can use the Oppressor Mark II as much as you want. The speed would not change. You can get across the map as fast as you want. The missiles would stay the same for missions, for against NPCs and cops. So not just for missions, but against cops. So as many hostile NPCs as you want, you can lock onto them, and it would still be useful for grinding. It would still be useful for getting around the map, just like I'm doing here. You can still use it for your grinding. You can still use it for getting around the map, but you would not be able to lock on the players. You would not be able to lock on the players' vehicles. And when these guys that grief with the Oppressor Mark II realize that they can't lock on to other players' vehicles anymore, like I said, they would just go to using the next vehicle. So that's pretty much my solution there. I think that this is the fairest solution out of all of them because it keeps the most amount of people happy. It keeps the people happy that want the Oppressor Mark II balanced. It keeps the people happy that still want to grind with it, the people that still want to get across the map. The only people that I could see getting upset by this solution are people that want to use it for PvP, people that want to kill other players with it. But like I said, you don't need an Oppressor Mark II to kill other people if Oppressor Mark IIs are balanced and they don't lock on. And people have gotten too used to this vehicle. They just use this vehicle and just this all the time. They don't use any other vehicles really for PvP, and you know, I wish that other people would use other vehicles from time to time. It's not just about the PvP, but it's the fact that this vehicle has changed GT Online so much, and people just don't use other vehicles anymore. I mean, when's the last time you really saw people driving cars across the map? I understand that it was harder back in the day, but a lot of times I miss the old days. I miss the old days when people used to drive cars across the map, or we would have helicopters or planes flying across the map. But now, today, everybody just spawns the Oppressor Mark II and just gets around across the map. So let me know what you guys think of my solution. If you agree with my solution, just balance out the missiles, prevent them from locking onto player vehicles, only let them lock onto NPC vehicles and hostile NPC vehicles and cops. I think this thing would be balanced, and you would still be able to use it for grinding. You'd still be able to use it for getting around the map. And I don't normally tell people to share my videos, but if you agree with my solution, you agree with what I said, you know, drop a like on this video, share this video. The more people see it, the more likely it's going to be patched, that Rockstar is going to do something about it. Send it to Rockstar's feedback page. I'll put Rockstar's feedback page in the description and in the top comment down below. And hopefully when the next update rolls around, that's probably going to be months from now anyways, but hopefully when the next update rolls around, they listen to this feedback and they change it. So let me know, what do you guys think of this solution? If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, join my channel, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.